So, Shimi, I'm constantly seeing the craziness that's happening with the conversations that are happening about Trump, the election, but also the messages. And I'm sure a lot of parents are just really concerned about how to have that conversation at home. So I've got to ask, how are you talking to your kids about Trump and that phenomenon?
It's hard. I don't think we've experienced anything like this before. And so I think we're all in it together, and I don't think there's any really clear answer. But in general, whenever there's sensitive topics with kids and anyone, there's a two-sided message that's really important. And that is the truth and optimism. So you have to give your children the message of truth, meaning that this is happening in the world. There are people who have really maybe negative views or hatred towards certain groups, certain cultural groups, certain religions, who speak in a disrespectful way, who promote perhaps disrespect to women, or there's a huge long list. Mm-hmm. So you have to start with the truth that this is part of the world we live in, and people like that can actually get a following. Bullies, it happens all the time where you see the school bully have the big following. So give them some example in their lives of the phenomenon. But then we have to add optimism, because we don't want to leave it at that, because that's pretty depressing.
It's pretty negative.
The optimism is, however, even though this may work in the short term, it never works in the long term, as we're seeing now. That's right. Actually, the really great part of the current election is we're actually seeing this unfold. So it's a really good message for kids on how that temptation to be the bully or to grab power or to be the mean girl or be the one, because they're little and it feels good to have power and influence. But to show them that that temptation never follows through in the long run. In the end, your character, who you are on the inside, your values, how you treat people, if you're honest, if you're respectful, that's what that holds true, and people remember in the long term. And really show them the other side of the conversation, all the people speaking out, all the people who are enraged, and show them that that's exactly what you do.
That's a really good point, actually, because I think that positive aspect of showing them actually that people are calling him out and are saying, no, this is not the way our society lives.
Yes.
You know, a lot of the times, a lot of our conversations that are coming up on our Facebook page and also on Masala Mama, especially in light of the media and what's happening, is how do we talk to our kids about cultural differences and ensuring that they understand what it means to be inclusive? So what's your advice on that?
Yeah, I think that's such a timely question, because the world has changed so much from how we grew up, and our parents never had to worry about this. But now you can get in a lot of trouble in the workplace and in the school if you don't understand this concept of inclusiveness and diversity.
That's right.
And just because we come from South Asian culture, that doesn't mean we understand inclusiveness and diversity. There's so many stereotypes, racial and cultural, that are part of culture in general. Mm-hmm. So I think the best way to look at it really is a very strong message to your child that each person is an individual, and that even if you're looking at an individual from a specific cultural background, they could have so many aspects to them. So, for example, it could be an African-American man. Are they liberal-minded or conservative? Are they higher socioeconomic, middle, or lower socioeconomic? Are they gay, straight, transgender, bisexual? What is their personality construct? So if we move beyond just these really external labels, we are giving our children that message of individuality, inclusiveness, and to judge everybody based on who they are, not about what label they might appear on the outside.
I love that, and what a great message to end on. Thank you so much for your insight and being on our show. For more information on Dr. Shimi Kang, you can visit her on drshimikang.com. You can tweet her some questions at Dr. Shimi Kang, and tweet us your parenting questions at Masala Mamas.